he's not master of disguise in the Mission Impossible sense, but he's a guy who's very good at blending into the background, but protecting you from that space, sort of one step behind and one step to the side. I tune out a little bit in action movies that are so serious about what's going on that it's just about that. I mean, the movies that I grew up with were essentially action comedies. I mean, Raiders of the Lost Ark and Lethal Weapon and Die Hard, you wouldn't have loved them if they weren't funny and if they didn't find a way to be charming. And so I think that was our goal early on, was to find a way to make it not comedy funny, but just sort of fun and charming. And we wanted these to be guys that, even though they're doing these outlandish, crazy, action-y things, they're guys you'd want to hang out with and, you know, and just sort of spend time with. It's a kind of a cool dynamic. Shy McBride is just so cool and a very kind of, I'd always seen him, I saw him in Boston Public, and I've seen him be funny, and I've seen him sort of be that guy. I've never really seen him be physically imposing scary guy. And as soon as we met him, we're like, that's physically imposing scary guy. Like, there's totally something there. So I think it's a role that you haven't quite seen him do. And then Jackie is Jackie. I mean, he's, you know, as soon as it even became a possibility that we might be able to get him, I'm still shocked a little bit that we managed to pull this off somehow. He's amazing. I mean, I think this dynamic between the three of them, we have three actors that can do almost anything, and it's just so freeing in terms of telling the story to know that they can, you know, that there's no limit to what we can have them do. I think what we really wanted to do is we really did want to make Action Movie of the Week. We wanted to sort of figure out a way to do action that wasn't action for action's sake. It's not just a car chase so we can say we did it, where every week feels like a situational setup that could be its own movie. We're on a train with an assassin on it, and the train is unstable and we need to get off it. And so the action movies also that I've always sort of loved have that very clear one-line, you know, guy on a bus with a bomb underneath it. Immediately you know what it is and you want to watch that movie. And I think that's kind of what we want to do, is that every week we'll start the action early and it just won't stop. And so there's a part of that was terrifying and also kind of exciting, and there's nothing really like that on TV right now, and hasn't been for a long time. That was sort of one of the other draws to it, is that there aren't that many action heroes on TV. For a lot of good reasons, it's really hard to do. But we figured we'll take a shot at it, and it seems to be working so far, so fingers crossed. I think, I mean, there's a ton of great TV now. I think that what there isn't is the TV that I grew up with. There isn't sort of the show that you know is going to be kind of action-y fun every week, and that's kind of what we wanted to go back to in a weird way. It's just like everybody just sort of forgot about it, and it hasn't been done in a while. And 24 sort of does it, and I guess to a certain extent Lost kind of does it, but not in this way, not with a sense of humor and this particular kind of sense of humor. So I think it's something that you really can't see anywhere else right now, and hopefully we'll be able to do it up big and do it in a way where you really feel like you're watching a movie for an hour every week.